played at Skelter the first time was probably about just after 89, beginning of 90. He was up at Milwaukee's for Dave. He used to do every other Saturday. It used to be absolutely wicked. That was his clubs and that. And then it went obviously up to the Sanctuary a year or so later. And sort of like played nearly every one since then. Well, there's been a big change over the past 10 years, hasn't there, in the music? I mean, Helter Skelter has sort of like been at the forefront of the dance industry and helped create the changes. I mean, along with the music, it's gone like, you know, from like the ravey type of stuff through to the hardcore, to the drum and bass. It's done the whole spectrum, hasn't it? I mean, he even does his back to like 89 and that, you know, and 1991, and sort of like from house to drum and bass now, he's sort of like gone the whole way around with it.
Played Helter Skelter back in the early 90s when it first began at the Sanctuary, and it was absolutely having it, wasn't it, Mick?
Yes.
We were playing with people like Dave Angel, Carl Cox, and the people who are now having it techno, and having it trance, and we're having it trance and techno as well, aren't we, Mick?
Guys and girls.
Sorry, Emzo.
Yes.
Thanks very much then. See ya. Helter Skelter's changed a lot. Can we be sensible?
Well, since we moved into the main arena and let people listen to the music that we play, I think Helter Skelter's really changed.
Right, let's talk about change. Let's talk about how when we started in the techno zone, Helter Skelter was all about happy hardcore.
Yeah.
And now it's about music like trance and techno, as well as happy hardcore, and as well as house music, as well as drum and bass. Helter Skelter's everything, and people should never forget that Helter Skelter was one of the only places, the only place in the whole of England doing this on a scale like it's been done, and everybody should remember Helter Skelter for that.
Probably about 99 I started playing Skelter. Funny thing was, the first time Dave at Helter Skelter booked me, he didn't know my DJ name, so he put on the flyer Richie Rich, which was the name of a geezer that at that time that put out like quite a big tune. And a lot of people turned up expecting this black producer from the States, but it was me, some beardy hippie geezer from Northampton. fact that the music's become segregated. But I don't know. Skelters have always Dave, along with a few other promoters, I think has always been in it because he likes putting parties on. Admittedly, it's big business and everything else, and he makes a lot of money out of it. But I'd like to think that he's in it because he loves putting parties on and he gets off on watching people having a good time. So that's my verse for Helter Skelter, is that the promoter enjoys putting a party on and is not 100% thinking about how much money he's going to make. Although in general, because he does things like that, I think it's always worked for him. Certainly the big outdoor one he did was pretty spectacular a couple of years ago. Unfortunately, due to the police and the council pressures and that, it's just not commercially viable now to put those on. So, you're looking at laying out probably 150,000 quid to put a party on. And because the scene, as we know it, the rave scene is quite heavily dependent on the on the happy side of things, and a lot of people are getting out of that. It makes things even harder. But I've never been to a crap Helter Skelter. I've never been to an empty Helter Skelter. So it must be doing something right.
I played at Helter Skelter about 10 years ago now, when he very first started. He used to do Milwaukee's. It was a club for about 800 people. It was amazing. They've always filled this little club with more speakers than anyone else could get in there.
I first played at Helter Skelter, can't remember, I think it must have been about 5 years ago now, 6 years ago. Something like that. When I first broke through, really, Dave booked me, and I ain't looked back since, really.
Well, when it very first started, it was just a strobe light and as many speakers as possible and a fog machine, and everyone used to just go mad to that all night long. Since then, production's moved on and on and on with more lasers and big inflatables, and then they introduced the funfair and that Helter Skelter. So just more and more for people to do, and more styles of music as well.
My musical style's changed quite a bit. I was known for sort of playing sort of European sort of stuff, quite vocally stuff, anthem sort of stuff. Just recently I've been getting into, I don't know, just a more sort of trancey sort of sound, really in your face, a little bit slower, just seeing how people respond to it. The response has been alright, so sticking to it, I think. It's changed quite a bit over the last 8 years that I've been sort of DJing. It's gone through all sorts, from breakbeat, bringing the kick drum back in, then going to like a techno style, really hard and heavy, back to breakbeat, all sorts, back to vocals, and now it's going on a more of a trancey direction.